Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today we're talking about all things summer fashion. I want to share with you how to create a layered summer look without necessarily putting on tons of layers and clothing in the heat. If you're new here, I live in Sydney, Australia. We've just wrapped up our summer season, so these are the style tips I use to dress well and stay cool. Hopefully this video will be a very helpful guide sharing with you what to look for in your summer pieces, how to style different items together, and how to create interesting, stylish looks in the summer when we're just trying to stay cool. For my friends in the Southern Hemisphere currently in winter, I'm going to link down below some videos for you because I am wearing exactly what I showed in those videos I made earlier. Let's actually start off today's video by talking about some of the issues we might run into when it comes to summer fashion. So in the summer, we can't just put on more clothing to add texture and to add color and silhouettes. We're really limited to that base layer, and most climates, we're not doing tons of layering. So that's challenge number one, trying to create layers without actually putting on layers. The second issue is with textures and colors, and because we have on fewer pieces, there's just less items to experiment with. The third issue I run into, which might be a characteristic of Australian fashion, is that everything suddenly becomes very minimal or becomes very boho, and there's almost nothing in between. So we're gonna talk in today's video how we can work around these issues so we can keep our personal style in the summer. A style secret that applies for every season, but especially summer, is that the shoes really set the tone for the outfit. They are also one of the only accessories that stays on us at all times. So we want to make sure this is going to help us create our personal style in an outfit, but also set the tone of what we're trying to achieve. If I look at some of these more minimalist outfits, the shoe is really the item that helps drive this minimalist look home. If we were to imagine these looks with an espadrille or a kitten heel, it would be so much more fussy and it would not achieve this minimal look these girls are going for. So let me share with you some of my favorite shoes that I wear all the time and how I use them in my styling. My style in the summer, I would say, is simple, it's a little bit more feminine, and I like to have some playful details. So whenever an outfit is just a little bit too simple, it doesn't have enough detail, these are the shoes I go for. These are my Cezanne Croc and Boss sandals. I wear these all the time just because they've got the texture and detail to make any of my very basic looks feel more put together. If I'm wearing a lot of cotton pieces and the outfit is lacking in texture, these are also the shoes that I'll often reach for. Here are a pair of shoes from Baird Footwear that I purchased at the end of our summer season. So these are a very cute strappy heel, and it's kind of got like a bow knot at the front. I'm so excited to sell these shoes because it just sets the tone for something a little bit more elegant, a little bit more glamorous for summer. When I think about this with my black and white and neutral outfits, I feel like it really adds that oomph. Just because I want to show you enough variety, when I'm really feeling the very summery vibes, I would go for an espadrille. So these are also shoes from Baird Footwear. They are my go-to shoe brand. And these are just incredibly comfortable shoes I can actually wear every single day. I don't know how because I wouldn't say they look that comfortable, but they've got the thickest insole, this pair and the gold as well. So it makes it extremely, extremely comfortable for a summer shoe that usually wouldn't have a lot of support. These shoes give me a more natural, beachier vibe, so I would love pairing them with some of my more dressy pieces. This is one of my go-to shoes to dress down the outfit and set the tone for something a little bit more casual. We could not do a summer video without talking about linen and how wonderful, breathable, and stylish linen is. So linen's one of those fabrics where it's very strong. It holds up extremely well, and also it tends to soften with wear and with washing. So it's one of those fabrics that improves with wear. In a season where we can wear just so much cotton and very flat textures, linen is also able to bring in texture to our outfits. I can spot linen from a mile away just because of this very distinct texture. Let's talk a little bit on how to look for linen pieces that are going to work for you. So if you live a more casual lifestyle, I would say 100% linen is really great because it is very high quality, breathable, and obviously you're just going to get all the beautiful properties of linen. I've had this set for 3-4 years. I wear this every single week in the summer. It always is in the wash and it's just held up incredibly well. 100% linen is best for someone who lives a very casual lifestyle and you don't mind a crease or two in your clothing. I would hate to worry about whether my outfit is creased when I'm at work, and I would hate to worry about it for a more dressy occasion as well. I've got this Uniqlo linen trouser, so this is a more affordable piece, and I just love the practicality of this one. It's very lightweight, it's got 30% linen, so I get that linen texture and look, but it's not as wrinkly as a 100% linen would be. There's nothing crazy special about it, to be honest, but it's a really great, everyday, comfortable staple. If you're looking for something a little bit more crease resistant, then I would say a linen blend will be perfect for you. Something like 30 to like 70% linen, and then have it be blended with something else that tends to be crease resistant. And then this is actually a linen piece that I would wear for work and for more dressy occasions. This is mostly cotton, but it's got 11% linen. So I would kind of usually like scoff at that. I feel like the linen is used very well here because it's adding this incredible texture. I don't know how well you'll be able to see that, but by looking at it, it does look like linen, but wears like cotton. If you're looking for a black skirt that you can wear for both work and casual, I would definitely recommend this piece. I mean, I don't work in an office anymore, and this is still a piece that I will wear just day to day. If you're looking to invest in just really high quality linen from a smaller brand, I would look at Not Perfect Linen. So this is a Lithuanian brand, they're based on Etsy, and they do incredible clothes. I purchased their linen pieces before, and it is such nice quality. Something else that they do is customization. So they can make something a bit longer, a bit shorter, and adjust it for you. So if that's something that interests you, definitely do check out their clothing. Not working with them, I just wanted to give them a shout out because they are a smaller brand. They do beautiful clothing in all of my past orders. And I'm just about to place another little order with them today. It's been rainy today, so I guess a little bit more humid in the air. So I curled my hair like 3 times for this video and it will just straighten out in like 2 minutes. Moving on to the next tip, always buy clothing in fabrics that you can realistically maintain in your lifestyle. So in the autumn winter, we wear a lot of wools. Wools are amazing because they have a self-cleaning property and they actually do not hold on to odor. Summer is a completely different story with cottons, linens, silks. They have to go through the wash basically after every wear. At least they do in Sydney, Australia, where you'll definitely be sweating the moment you step outside. Because of this, it's so important to look at what you can realistically upkeep in your lifestyle. If you're very busy and have no time to hand wash, I would say a lot of silks is probably out of the question. If you're very busy, then I would recommend just going for cottons, going for linens. They will not only look nice the first time you wear it, but they'll hold up really well with machine washing. Whereas a silk or a delicate viscose might not. This is not a fun tip, but it is an important one, especially when we want our clothing to last and we want our clothing purchases to be practical. Going back to what I said at the start of the video, sometimes my summer outfits feel like they're a little bit lacking in personality and they can be a bit repetitive and boring. So this next tip is kind of my way around this. In the summer, I love adding some more handmade or artisanal pieces into my wardrobe. I'm thinking about pieces you can get at markets or from artisans. For example, beaded necklaces. I think they're huge. Beaded jewellery. I love crocheted clothing pieces and accessories. I love raffia and straw and wicker and all of these basket bags and hats that are very popular for summer. All of these things just add a little bit of that imperfection and handmade feel into an outfit. And I think that just makes any summer outfit so much more special. The other reason why I feel like this is such a good tip is that all of these handmade pieces, they are so textured. So we're bringing that texture back in when it can be really hard to add that texture in the warmer months. I live in Sydney, so I do have tons of these markets near me selling these pieces. But if you don't, I want to share with you some items in my wardrobe that just offers this look. I've had this necklace for years now. It's a combination of red and white beads, and I love pulling this out in the warmer months. I think it just makes any outfit so much cuter. I just also love the color combination of the cream with the red. I also have this beaded bracelet I bought in Bali for like $1. I really love to knit. It's one of my like major hobbies. So I knit myself this little cami top made from a cotton yarn. So it definitely is a little bit messy and has that handmade feel. So it gives a nice imperfection and texture to a summer outfit. Even with shoes, a lot of these leather sandals with this espadrille really gives me a handmade kind of vibe. So while I haven't really come across any local places that will hand make these, they do give that look, and I think it's a really great accent to an outfit. By the way, everything I talk about is always linked in my description box, and I usually do it in order of when I mention them. Another thing to mention here is that while I'm showing you some really popular items, you can definitely make this very tailored to your style and to your lifestyle. If you work a more formal office job, then a raffia bag might not be your bag of choice every day. So you might go for something woven in that very popular like Bottega style. There are so many brands that do dupes of it that really has that handmade feel, but in a more polished way. You can offer jewelry pieces that are less beachy and coastal, but still feel very creative and sculptural. For an office workwear shoe, I have another pair of barefoot wear shoes where they're closed at the front, they are open at the back, but I think for a casual office, you can definitely get away with them. And there are definitely styles where it's closed in at the back as well, making it more appropriate for the office. This is a quick and easy one where in an outfit, if I'm only wearing, top and bottom and I can't layer, I like to fake layering by opting for lots of small details or small prints. It just creates a more dimensional look, and it's my way around it when I can't do too many layers. So one of my favorites is opting for pieces that have lace details or have little pin tucking details on the piece. There are now more things to look at, more things to look around in the outfit. So for me visually, this is just creating more layers. I also just ordered this skirt from Arket. It's got these embroidery details and it also comes in a matching top. And I love the way these details look. If this is a little bit too feminine for you, then other patterns I love are just like micro stripes. I love little stripes where from afar it almost looks like a block color, but up close you can see all the detail. This replicates texture by having those interesting patterns. If you want a small wardrobe, but you also want to experiment and not get bored of your clothes, I feel like the key is to have different proportions within your wardrobe. If I were to wear just a regular cut t-shirt with a regular cut skirt and regular cut trousers, honestly, even if I had 20 of these items in my wardrobe, I would still get bored of my clothes because the proportions are just all the same. The way that I like to think about proportions now is that if I have variety in my wardrobe, then there's basically endless silhouettes that I can create, and that difference in silhouette is going to give me that new outfit or fresh outfit feeling. So in my wardrobe, I've really embraced these little crop tops because I love wearing these with my bigger bottoms and my bigger skirts to have that different proportion. These are on the very fitted side of things, on one end. These are both from Uniqlo, by the way. They're the bra tops. The tank top I've had for a while and I've worn so much already. The little cami is new to me, but I've already worn quite a few times. And they're great staples at one side of the spectrum. And then I also have days where I want something very loose, very oversized on top. And that's when I can reach for something like this. I mean, this is my loungewear top, but it is basically on the other side of the spectrum when it comes to proportions and silhouettes. This applies to every section of my wardrobe because even with bags and shoes, sometimes it's not about getting more of the same thing. It's about getting something that is contrasting enough that it will actually add something different to my wardrobe instead of repeating the same silhouettes all the time. My favorite topic this year has honestly been jewellery. And for the summer, beyond shoes, this is the only other accessory that I feel like is constantly on me. So jewelry plays such a big role, and I want to talk about what my inspiration is and what are some of the pieces I like wearing. I'm obsessed with these statement necklaces. I think they look so beautiful for summer. We've got the one with the big beads. This is incredible because of how asymmetrical and organic it feels. The one that I recommend the most, and the one that's the most every day, would be the mini pearl necklace. I've been wearing this one daily for the last couple of weeks, but I've owned this one for years and years. I love this because it is so dainty. It's not as classic and timeless as the traditional pearl necklace, which feels a bit too much for me. This is a little bit more contemporary and modern, in my opinion. I also love the colorful beaded necklace. This is more of a statement piece, and it makes my classic pieces feel a little bit beachier, more natural and more casual. So it's perfect for weekends and when I want a pop of color. I also love having that one big statement pendant that looks so incredibly chic, and the shell design is just incredible. This is kind of a recreation of that big shell in my collection. I've got this Pamela Carr necklace. It's got this beautiful flower on it. This is one of my chunkiest necklaces, so if I wanted a statement, this is the kind of thing I would do. Something else I've been seeing is a big pendant placed on a cord. This is great because jewelry can be expensive. Like honestly, it can be very expensive. So a cord is just a more affordable way to change out our pieces, especially pieces that maybe we've grown a bit tired of, we're not wearing as often. This is a great way to mix it up. I'm looking for myself a black and a red cord. So I'll try to find something on Etsy, and if I can find something, I'll link it down below. Something I've loved all my life, but is especially having a moment now, are charms. So charms on necklaces and bracelets, I feel like have been all the rage in jewelry. I follow Kylie from OK Fine. I get a lot of my jewelry inspiration from her. And she hangs her charms in the best way on her necklaces, and I always find it so inspiring. There are two final things I want to talk about before we wrap up today's video, and both of these are super quick. The color I love the most in my summer accessories is deep brown. It's not as harsh as a black, and then it's still, you know, got that really good contrast when I wear it against the lighter palette of my summer clothing. A few years ago, I pretty much had nothing in my wardrobe that was deep brown, and now it's such a firm staple in my wardrobe, and I think it's been a staple for 2 or 3 years now since I started wearing it. The final thing for summer dressing that I highly recommend is having at least one pop of color bag. So it doesn't matter if it's like a nylon tote, something like those Bagu bags where it's in fun prints and colors, whether you want to do something in that netting or crochet fabric, or whether you want to do a leather handbag, having a pop of color bag just makes any outfit look more intentional and styled. I also find having a colorful bag is a much more accessible way to add color to your wardrobe. Instead of buying, you know, tons of clothing pieces in colors that you're not sure you're going to wear, instead getting a bag or getting one accessory is a great way to kind of test it and see how you go. With the Bagu bags, if you get it in a bright color and you decide you hate it, it'll just be like the bag you take to grocery shopping, and you'll feel very elevated in it. And if you love it, you can just wear it as your daily bag. And then if you know you're a color person, you love pop of color bags, I love very classic bags in unique colors. So with this APC Grace bag, honestly, I really didn't need something so simple in a black or a brown, and I love that this is in this fun pop of jade. It's called Jade. I also adore this Loewe pouch bag in this bright orangey red color. Super fun any time of year, but especially for summer. If you enjoyed today's video and found it helpful, I would love for you to go give this video a thumbs up, consider subscribing down below, and you might also enjoy some of my other videos above. Thank you so much for spending this time with me, and I'll see you next week. Bye!